Okay, this is a completely gratuitous video just for fun. I'm just decided to show off one of my collections, which is canceled antique stock certificates. So, without further ado, I'm gonna grab the phone, we'll switch, and let's see what we got here. Well, we've got the Savannah and Northwestern Railway Company. Less than 100 shares of capital stock. And the Chicago and Eastern Illinois Railway Company, less than 100 shares of preferred stock. And then we got 100 shares of preferred stock. And then less than 100 shares of common stock. The Western Pacific Railroad Company, we got 20 shares of common stock here, and 100 shares of common stock, and then 70 shares of preferred stock, 100 shares of preferred Series A stock, Boston and Maine Railroad, 50 shares of common stock, and then 4 shares of preferred stock. Missouri Pacific Railroad Company, 50 shares of common stock. This is a Missouri Pacific Railroad Company, 100 shares of common stock. I actually have 2 of those, because it was a, buy one, get one free type deal. Let's see. 10 shares of common stock of New York, Ontario, and Western Railway Company. And then, of course, 100 shares of common stock of the same company. 100 shares of preferred stock in Gulf Mobile and Northern Railway Company. 16 shares of common stock for Pittsburgh, Fort Wayne, and Chicago Railway Company. 100 shares of second preferred stock in the Western Maryland Railway Company. The New York, Chicago, and St. Louis Railroad Company. 50 shares of Series A preferred stock. The Pittsburgh and West Virginia Railway Company, 20 shares of common stock. Westinghouse Air Brake Company, 30 shares of common stock. And look who owned that. Merrill Lynch Pierce. How about that? Okay. Beech Creek Railroad Company. What is this? 10 shares of... just says 10 shares, $50 each. And then Beech Creek Railroad Company, 100 shares of common stock. Now, what's interesting with this is that, let's see, if I go back through here, is that some of these on the backs, let's see, are actually... yeah, they're dated on the backs like this. I can see that. I'll take my sunglasses off so I can actually see. You see that 19 there? And then you would just fill in the rest of it, I don't know if they still do that on checkbooks. I don't use checks, but, they'd have probably have a 20 there on your checkbook, so you could try to write 2023, or in this case 19. You could write 1923 or 1908 or whatever date it was. But let's see, where was I? On the Beech Creek Company. You'll see on the back of this there's an 18, which means that this was from the 19th century. And the Fort Pitt Traction Company is also from the 19th century. 50 shares. or I'm sorry, 100 shares at $50 a piece. Then we got the Scioto Valley and New England Railroad Company. That's also from the 19th century. And if you notice here at the 532, 533, and 534, those were all printed in succession. And the Louisville Railway Company, also from the 19th century. Now, two of these, 5326 and 5327, are in succession, and then this 5350 obviously is not. And then we've got New York Railways Company, 100 shares at $50 a piece. Now this, there's been a few like this that have gone past so far, but this is what they call unissued. Or no, I'm sorry. Is it? No, I'm sorry. It's the next one. It's the Terre Haute, Indianapolis and Eastern Traction Company. 100 shares of that. That one was unissued, so nobody ever. This was never issued to somebody who bought stock, so it was just lying around. They canceled it, and that was that. Geneva Corning and Southern, and that was, let's see, that one was unissued, so we don't know, but that was the common stock there. And last but not least, the Buffalo and Susquehanna Railroad Company, less than 100 shares of preferred stock, and that looks like that was unissued as well. So anyway, that's one of the collections I got into. A lot of people collect these things for like certain signatures of like famous people or whatever, and some collect them for like big companies or whatnot, and I'm not into either of those. The only reason I'm collecting them is for the artwork, because that intaglio, or I think it's pronounced actually intaglio, method of printing, where you actually scratch all these little lines in a plate of metal and then it prints that way. That takes hundreds and hundreds of hours to do. So, I mean, the certificates I just showed you, I mean, you're looking at tens of thousands of hours of work that went into creating all the art for that. So, anyway, yeah, that's, like I said, this was just a silly, gratuitous video where I just showed off one of my collections. Doesn't really mean anything, no significance. That's it, really. So, everybody have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.